It's good for me because I remember.
Appearances. Let's go to the third item on the agenda, and that's the unanimous consent agenda. On the unanimous consent agenda, there's the March 27th, 2023 minutes, staff reports, and the late loan report. Has everybody had a chance to go through your minutes, read through them? Any questions, changes? Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll second.
Okay, so we got Joe as first, and Mr. Herman as second. Any further comments? None here. So all in favor of the unanimous consent agenda? Say aye. Any nays? Nope. Passed unanimously. All right. The Hartford CDA Board Chairman and Vice Chairman selection. From my understanding, the chairperson, which happens to be me today, Joe Kohler, was appointed by the mayor, but we do have a selection for the vice chair.
It's currently Tim, right?
It's currently Tim. Do we have a motion to keep Tim on, or?
Does Tim want to stay on?
It's up to you. I mean, I'd be happy to, I believe my current term is expiring next year.
So you got 1 year left.
Right, so I have a year left. My intentions would not be to serve beyond that, but if you would seek for me to do that as vice chair for the following year, I'd be happy to do that, so
All
sure.
right, I'll nominate Tim. for
Okay,
vice chair.
you nominate Tim, and Tim accepted a nomination. Is there any more nominations?
It is already on his nameplate, so.
Hearing none, he does not have to order a new nameplate. So welcome. Thank you, Tim, for sticking with us for 1 more year.
Yep.
We appreciate that. All right, registration, the Directory of Communication, Community Development,
Point of order.
Justin Drew. Yep.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Do we have
resignation.
to, do we have to
Vote.
approve?
That's very true. So we have a nomination for Mr. Tim Perman as the vice chair.
Also move?
Okay, we got one more.
After that.
Okay, so we got Aaron and Justin. All in favor? Aye. Nay? Okay, all set. Thank you, Mr. Perman.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you for correcting me on this one. Okay, so so the resignation, the director of the committee development, Mr. Drew.
Yes, an opportunity came up recently that I couldn't pass by, and so I have submitted my resignation with the City of Hartford after 21 years, and will be going to work for the City of Brookfield starting May 8th. So I've enjoyed working with all of you, some of you for many, many years, and some of you for a shorter period of time, but I think with the staff we have here, leaving the CDA in good hands. And I know that the city administrator is working hard to find a replacement for me, and I'm sure that there will be someone who's great at doing this. So if there are any specific questions, I can sure answer them, but I just felt like I should let everybody know.
Sorry to hear you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
I'm a newbie.
congratulations, I guess.
Yeah, it's a loss for the city, but obviously a great opportunity for Justin. We wish you the best. Thank you for 21 years of service to this fine city, and you have a lot. You've leaving a lot of stamps behind and things that you've accomplished and you've worked on. So, and we appreciate that very much.
Thank
and
you.
I know even within this committee, there's quite a bit that you have done for it. So, thank you for your time and your service. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wes, best of luck.
Joe, can I just add a few words here?
Absolutely.
So,
Go ahead.
Justin, hard to believe 21 years. Wow, time flies, does
Yes,
it
it
not?
does.
But I would just like to echo comments that have already been made. You know, since you took on the role of supporting the Community Development Authority, you know, I feel like great strides have been made within this organization. You've been a great resource. I think helped build, you know, a really good housing authority, and certainly your leadership has been instrumental in that. And I just want to say thank you and express my appreciation and best of luck to you as well. So
Thank you to all of you.
So what did you start at, 16 with the city?
I was 27.
Not too far off.
If it's 16, 27, at our age, it's pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Did you
I'd
have?
just like to, thanks for your time on this board and especially for the city itself. Your guidance and leadership has helped a lot with this committee, especially once things need to change. You're willing to look at things and make those changes, or help make those changes, and now it's so different. So thank you.
Excellent. Anybody else? Well, thanks again. Appreciate it
thank you.
very much. The next item, then, we also have a retirement of Jeff Thompson, Thompson, weatherization director.
Yeah, so Jeff has been with the city for 41 years. He is still not the longest tenured employee currently at the city, although I think when he retires, he will be. Lori Hetzel, I think, has that distinction right now at 45 years, but she'll be leaving in a month. So Jeff has worked with the weatherization department the whole time. He's worked his way up. He was assistant director under Tim Clarenbach for a long time, became director at a very difficult time right when COVID hit, and helped navigate the department through a very difficult time with that. He's been great to work with. Always worked hard, always open to different ideas. I enjoyed bouncing ideas and problem solving with him. We'll definitely miss him, but it is a much-earned retirement, and I wish him well, and I hope he really enjoys it.
I see that, Jeff, you're in this audience. Is that correct?
Pardon?
You want to come up, and do you have any comments you'd like to say?
Really nothing. I just appreciate all the opportunities I've had here and the support I've had from just everybody here. I've always worked with a lot of good people here. And I just want to say Matt's going to take over for me.
And that's our next agenda item. We will introduce Matt. But Jeff, I want to thank you for your time and working through, probably starting at the trenches and working all the way through the process. I'm learning a lot about this committee here, as well as everybody's roles. But I'm sure carrying a director's position, I'm sure was a great achievement for you. And I know you've probably had a lot. When you come with the director, it means a lot more work, a lot more responsibility. So thank you for putting in and helping us out here. Thank you. We wish you luck.
Yes, good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Anybody say anything? Okay. So we'll go to the next agenda item, number 7, and that's introduction to Matt Campbell, who is the incoming weatherization director.
Jeff, do you want to take that, or you want me to? Sure.
We hired Matt at 19 years old, back in 1999. He's been a great employee, a loyal person. No matter what, I think he'll do a fine job. You just couldn't ask for a better guy. Here every day, does what he has to do, goes above and beyond, and I can't say enough about him. But as a 19-year-old, when we hired him, he just jumped right in, and he never looked back. He keeps working.
That's
So
awesome.
I think you'll really enjoy having him here.
And I'm sure he has your phone number, so if there's any questions, he'll probably give you a call, right?
I told him he could call me anytime. I might not answer, but he can call me anytime.
It might not answer. It may be the out fishing voicemail might be on there, but we'll give it a try anyways, right?
But no, he knows he can call me at any
Okay.
time.
No, I appreciate
and
it.
he's been working with me now since about February. he's got it pretty well down pat. He'll do really
Yeah.
good.
It's kind of nice when you have it, we have a transition like that, where it's ongoing and the incoming could work together and follow through. And as you said, if he's been here since he was 19, he probably knows a lot of it too already, so a lot of the background
Yeah.
coming up, so.
He knows a lot of the people that, you know, we have a good organization across the state to work with too, so. And
Awesome.
a lot of people really like working with Matt.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, he's been the assistant director since Jeff has been the director, so he's kind of been working towards this position. He's kind of done all the positions, which I think is useful in really understanding everything from top to bottom and the process all the way through.
So Matt, is there anything that scares you about this? They put you up on a pedestal, so well, thank you for taking this next step. Congratulations, I guess that'd be a promotion for you, to some extent, or at least added responsibilities. But and I'm looking forward. I'm being new on this, like I said, on this committee. I'm looking forward to working more with you and understanding more on what exactly you guys are doing as part of this commission. So welcome and thank you. All right. Anything on that? We'll go on to agenda item number 8, which is the financial reports for Washington Heights. Justin, you taking that one?
Yeah, at least for the moment. So at the last meeting, after we toured the two buildings, it's been an item on the agenda that some of the commissioners have requested that we redo the format of the Washington Heights financial statements. So we kind of reconfigured them to more of being like an income and loss statement after some discussion at that last meeting. So this is kind of just a first draft of what we're proposing. We are open to additional changes. If there's things you want us to simplify, things you want us to add, things you want us to take out, it's still a work in progress, but it should be a little easier to follow than the old ones.
Well, for me, it's going to be really easy to follow because it's new and I'm new, so I'm not used to the old method. So,
And if you don't have comments now, you can certainly make them probably directly to Lisa, as she's the one who prepares that
Right.
at any time, just via email or call. Just say, you know, I kind of noticed this, and I think it would be a little easier if we saw this, or, oh, I really like how you're doing that.
Well, I was also going to say, if we get a new director, he may have or she may have different directions as well. So everything may be changing.
It is certainly possible. I guess it depends on what kind of director comes in and what their background is in.
all right. All right, any questions on the financial report? I know it was in our packets when we got through it. I got about halfway through it, and I figured I will spend some more time as we go through this deeper. I do appreciate you did pass out the copy of the old way, so now I can compare and see if there's any changes. But all right, let's go to agenda number 9. Item number 9 is communications and correspondence.
So there's a couple new members. Or at least there's one new member and then a couple members who couldn't make the tour of Washington Heights and Heart Haven. If at any time, Josh and Joe, you'd like to do that,
Yeah.
I'm sure Dina and Jim would be happy to accommodate you. So we could set up a time to kind of go through. There were a lot of changes because of the CDBG closed program last year, a lot of enhancements to both buildings. There will be some additional, as we've discussed over the months, additional capital needs that both buildings have, especially Heart Haven with the elevator needing to be remodeled substantially. Now that the chairlift is in there, we're ready, we can move forward, but it's a substantial cost. So Dina and Jim will need to get some new costs together, and we'll the next director will kind of, I'm leaving notes, but about my thoughts as to how to help pay for them. But we need to consider, like, how will Heart Haven pay for some of those upgrades? There's probably $400,000 to $500,000 of additional upgrades that are going to be necessary. The elevator being one, the roof being another. There's some boiler issues over at Washington Heights. So there's always some. But we took care of the biggest needs last year, and the buildings are in great shape. I don't know if any of you noticed, but the occupancy rate at Washington Heights was down, and Joe, you may not have been aware of this, but we had 2 major floods, tenant caused.
I read a little bit about that in the minutes.
Yeah,
So-
in the last, they happened within a month of each other or so, and have done substantial damage. And so insurance is covering rent for those, but they're not occupied at the moment.
Okay.
We've also had more turnover than is normal. We kind of go in cycles where we get people who come in who are, eligible to be in the buildings, but they're on the younger side, and then they stay as long as they can. And we're just kind of in one of those transitional phases, but we're hoping that once we get through it, we'll have a little bit more stable population at these buildings again. In part, it makes it a lot more work for staff. The cleanouts, the showings, Dina says often people want multiple showings now. Oh, I liked it, but let me show my daughter. My niece wants to see it too, and it all takes a long time. So we're hoping for some more stable tenancy rates for a while here, or coming up. So this is kind of also your chance, if there's anything else you want to ask for us to research, to bring to a future meeting, it's a good time.
One thing, I know we discussed it right after the floods that you had, and there was one resident that had homeowners insurance, the other one didn't.
Correct.
Has there been any protocol set to establish that homeowners insurance is required before occupancy?
Yes, I mean, because these are off HUD and, state programs, we've got to tread a little carefully, but
Okay.
Dina's been exploring it, also working through it with the city attorney a little bit. He's pretty good on tenant law. So it is something that we're looking at to try and, what can we do to help prevent these kind of issues, and what can we do to protect ourselves better next time?
Yeah.
So yeah, we will continue to look into that, and they will report back to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, as I read through, I mean, I'm glad you guys were able to have that tour. It looked like, reading through the minutes, there was really well written on some of the questions, comments, and concerns that went through both buildings. I've driven by them. I live near these buildings, and I am going to get a hold of Dean. I don't know if you're going to have some time. Maybe we can coordinate together, but get a tour as well. I think you guys, it'd been great. We could all done it together, but I think the time was right to have it done last month. So, and I'm glad that happened, and we'll move forward. And like I said, kind of live and learn as things come up. So, thank you. Any other, so we can go around the table, any other commission, because part of the 10th item is the commission, committee reports and commissioners' requests. Any? You guys are right. You guys are trying to get this thing done. All right. Anything left for you, Justin? Anything else you want to?
No.
So this is technically your last meeting?
I think so.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Well, again, we wish you the best, and thanks so much for all your help. And we'll look forward to seeing your notes that you leave on for the next person. So,
All right.
thanks so much. All right, so let's hit item number 11 is for adjournment. Do I hear
I'll motion.
a motion?
Second?
A second. Any opposed? All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned.